Do you think if we found Hitler,
what?
Like
this is the
like
basis of a
hypothetically,
TV show. Go on.
Hypothetically, if
Finding Hitler.
Hitler was like still alive, and we just found like some old decrepit man turned out to be like the Hitler,
We beat him to death in the streets.
But
I mean, we would, yes, but like,
But
what?
do you think that like we would do anything about him?
He'd be tried.
You think he would have trial?
Yeah, he'd have trial.
Sentenced to prison for the rest of his life, probably.
No, they'd probably hang him or
No, I don't know.
electrocute
I mean,
him.
that's what.
Depending on where they found him.
You're thinking within our box. You gotta think outside of. Like,
I'm thinking
the
of
general masses. And the
Yeah, I
crazy
am.
people.
I'm thinking that they would do it. They would trial him, and then
You
he'd
think
be
they'd
found
just
guilty.
be like, I know technically we're not supposed to, but
This is
we're
a
calling
special
it.
case.
I
We're
think.
calling this.
I mean, if okay, let me tell you this: did they arrest him immediately,
They
or
turn
did they
the
just
fuck
know?
around, you see him?
Yeah. Would you fight that guy? He's gonna bounce right off.
Hucks in a grenade, bounces directly, like perfectly out back the door. I think that he would stand trial and be sentenced to prison for like the rest of his life, and then the neo-Nazis would break him out.
Dude.
Everybody, I think that they would expect him to be like their leader or something, and he would just be some old guy.
Gavin, look up the punishment for war crimes.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is death.
Pretty sure they just kill you. I think it's either firing squad or they hang you.
I don't know.
You are
Because-
put to try. It is a crime.
Because you're gonna do something.
Or they'd put it, or it'd be like the end of the Hunger Games where everybody walked
Okay.
up to that dude strapped
Whoever,
to the podium
whether
and
inside or
shredded him
outside
alive
the
with
U.S.
their hands.
commits a war crime in any of the circumstances described in this subsection shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for life or any terms of years or both. And if death results to the victim, shall also be subject to the penalty of death. So if the war crime kills the victims, the perpetrator is punishable by death.
Well, then
Okay.
they just put him to death. That'd
Yeah,
be pretty,
they would
it'd
put
be
him to
pretty
death.
simple. They would probably just like let him see the sun, and he'd just turn to ash at this point because he wasn't young whenever he was in power.
No,
so.
or he's still young because he's been hiding inside of the.
He wasn't young at the end of the war.
I think
Still young enough to. I don't know.
He'd be dead now.
No. He
Hitler
was
was-
preserved perfectly by the Antarctic ice caps.
wait a minute.
You are deteriorated pretty fast in
Yeah,
ice.
that
believe
was
it or
that
not.
was a jump there, buddy.
Let me put your hand in some ice for a little while and show you what it looks like afterwards.
Yeah, man.
No, see,
You
that's
ain't
different.
Now
Captain
add
America.
100
You aren't him,
years.
bro.
That's just basic ass American ice. This is some Antarctic ice, bro.
Oh, this has that extra bacteria in
What
it
the
to
fuck
keep you
am I
going.
doing?
Yeah.
Where am I?
What was that bacteria that scientists found?
put it in
And
your
he
butt?
was able to like stay
Oh,
up
man.
longer because he like introduced it to his system. He could like stay up longer. He felt better.
Dude, I don't
Steroids?
know.
Cocaine?
No, there was like an actual. There was a scientist who found actual bacterium in not ice. It was something else. I don't know what it was, but he did some experimentations on it. Found that it was like really beneficial to like cells, and like petri dishes and tests he did. So he just like, I don't think he even asked anybody. I think he just like stuck a needle in his arm and injected himself with it.
Who's he gonna ask? It's his arm.
And then he just like did that, and now he like feels awesome, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck it.
So it's like I can't like
Maybe we should all start doing
I
it.
can't eat cookie dough, but he could just take the forbidden juice and he's
Who's
fine.
stopping you from eating cookie dough, Gavin?
The salmonella. Everybody's like, don't
That-
eat
that-
it. It's
that's
salmonella.
not
Dude, that's
stopping.
a fucking. That's a
So
myth, bro.
salmonella is like waking you up at night and it's like you can't eat me, bro. Just fucking eat it. What's gonna stop
Yeah,
you?
no, dude. Salmonella is a fucking old wives' tale, so that the kids wouldn't go around eating the cookie dough before
Well,
they made
that's
the cookies.
That's super not true, and I'm not going to allow us to tell
I
our-
will eat an entire thing of cookie dough right now, and I
Okay.
will be fine.
Here's-
Except for
okay.
the drawbacks of eating raw
Ian,
cookie
you
dough.
can't drink
just
water
want-
and be fine. Shut
I
the
just-
fuck up.
I just want.
You shit your ass
Listen,
off for
I'm
any
just
little
saying
fucking
is that
thing.
To make making cookie dough, people don't.
You smell fried
it's
chicken
like
and have
even, like,
diarrhea.
you can probably eat like a raw egg right now and be fine. They don't like they found out ways to make that shit fine now.
This is the right-wing propaganda I won't stand for.
right-wing propaganda I won't stand for.
Salmonella.
You hear that, everyone at home? You can eat a fucking egg raw. You'll be fine.
I did not feel like fighting that after
Okay.
after seeing all that.
Any normal store bought shit, not the organic like special shit.
I mean, you could just buy edible cookie dough.
I mean, like people do it all
Yeah,
the
you can
time
do
for the
that.
fucking protein.
That's
They just want
acceptable.
they just want quick protein for their gains, and they
Yeah,
just fucking
they-
drink
yeah,
Don't-
people with
they
healthy
sug-
bodies
don't
could
sug-
probably take it, Ian. I don't think you could.
Yeah, I don't. Oh man.
I bet I
Anyway,
could.
you know what?
You literally can't breathe the same air as Greece.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna have the normal drawbacks I would have gotten if I just ate eggs normally, but like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna kill me. I'm
think
not gonna
it-
get salmonella.
Ian, it
Or
would.
salmonella.
Ian, it would kill you.
No, it won't.
If it'd kill anybody, it'd be you.
Nah. Somebody turn out the lights on you, man.
It's because you ate the raw eggs.
Luckily, I'm strapped, so the lights don't matter.
Yeah.
Use my
didn't-
gunfire to
They didn't
see
turn
and
the
then
lights
kill.
out on me. They turned the lights out on themselves.
If they wanted to turn the lights out on me, they should have had a gun.
Oh man.
Like, I mean, come on. You know what I
Anyway.
mean?
Man, I don't even know what the shit I was gonna say.
No, no, it's
Because I
probably
had to be
wrong
like,
anyways.
please do not eat raw eggs.
Knew it. Wrong.
Okay, how about raw chicken?
Nah, don't eat raw chicken.
Okay. So raw
know-
eggs, fine. Raw chicken, bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is raw chicken bad, Ian?
slimy?
Because it's meat.
Okay. But what do you get from the
I'm
raw
not saying
chicken?
that's bad because it's meat. I'm saying that meat goes bad. Like
Okay,
differently
let's
than-
say-
like eating raw meat is different than eating raw egg. Like eating a
So
raw
eggs don't
plant.
go bad?
Imagine eating a raw plant
that what you said
rather
to
than
me?
eating. Huh? No, raw. I'm saying that like.
Are you saying eggs
no,
or
I'm
plants?
saying
Wait a
eating
minute.
raw meat is bad, not letting it go bad and eating raw meat's bad. Because obviously it is. Same
Why
thing with
is
eggs.
eating raw meat bad, Ian?
Because you can't fucking eat raw meat.
Why?
Because there's a fucking shit in it.
What shit?
Well, what's in it?
The bacteria? Like salmonella?
Like,
there's
what-
a
you mean like
salmonella
what
in
eggs
chicken,
might
but,
have?
like, that's because they're grown. They were made by those special organic eggs that were like fresh laid and then grown into chickens.
Ian, you are the.
I'm talking about the shit that we have in stores now. The shit that's farmed, it's totally fine.
Okay, so like if we went to my parents and we killed one of the chickens,
No.
you'd bite into it?
No, that's different.
Okay, well how's it different?
Because it's
That's warm,
It's
I mean.
natural.
okay.
Those like natural eggs.
So you
Those
say
are,
the
like,
the
fertilized
chicken
shit,
you
know?
so like if we
Fertilized,
went to, so
huh?
like
no, not specifically fertilized.
Okay, wait, wait.
So you-
I want you to-
Let's get you a
fertilizer.
fertilized
Real quick.
egg real quick and see if.
extra protein.
real quick before okay. What kind of raw chicken could you eat?
You can't eat raw chicken.
Why can't you eat raw
because
chicken?
it's raw meat.
Okay, why can you eat raw eggs then?
Because you're thinking just like any egg. I'm talking about like the shit that's like mass farmed. You
Okay.
can eat those because those are made to not
So you
have
can
like the,
eat
the-
those?
Yeah, you can eat those.
Oh,
Those are made to not have, like, the salmonella
But you
and
can't
shit.
eat
That
Oh,
guy
shit.
went
okay,
flying.
but you can't eat like a farm grown egg.
No.
Raw. You gotta cook that.
Yeah, I cooked that. good duck, dude. Car went right
You,
over.
know, you don't even have to refrigerate those, right? You know that? Like you could just pick a chicken's eggs out of a nest if it's homegrown. You don't have to put
Yeah,
that
it's
in
the
the fridge.
salmonella.
No. Shut the fuck up.
Keep
It's
proving
the
my point, bro, and you're just
salmonella.
mad about it.
No, it's not salmonella. There's
Oh,
an
sorry, am I
extra
pronouncing it
layer.
wrong?
There is an extra layer that you can wash off with water that keeps it from rotting. On the egg.
What is? Oh.
Anyway.
I
Don't
don't
eat
know,
raw
man. I
eggs,
think you're
please.
just wrong.
Ian can say
Eat raw
whatever he
eggs.
wants, but
They're actually better for you raw. You get more nutrition out of it. You lose some of that nutrition whenever you cook it. Well, you've learned that in science class, right? What's that shit that you were going to say, Cody, that was going to make Gavin mad?
yeah, you can go ahead and
He's
we can go-
he's already pre-maddened up for you.
go ahead, Cody.
So I'm not.
Offend my sense of justice as well.
So I got to work a lot this summer.
Okay.
I'm going through something called hell. It's just what they call it. It's everybody's first summer. They go through the hell schedule. We get really busy during the summer. You
Chin
work
up,
weekends. You work all night. Yeah,
Please
you.
kick the target.
So basically, I just work until the fucking until I can't work anymore. Is what I'm going to be going through, and I have to work weekends. And then whenever you work weekends, eventually they have to give you a day off because your salary.
Mm-hmm.
And those days off are randomly put through the week. I'm a new guy, which means, I don't know
you're
what this
good.
robot wants from me, so I'm gonna leave. Oh, fucking Daxter had my gun out. I had to pick what day I want off because it's gonna be the same weekday as the weekday I get off.
Okay.
For the rest of my life, or until September. And, you know, like, seniority is a big thing in companies like that whenever you get to pick days off and holidays off and shit.
Right.
And I'm the newest person there. I got Fridays off.
That's not bad.
Well, you can imagine that's quite, you know, controversial. And wasn't even controversial with my coworkers. You know, we all sat down together and we were talking, and I was like, so Rebecca's only days off are Friday and Saturday. She works every Sunday, and then that's like, you know, I do this every Sunday. So Saturday was pretty much the only day we had with each other. And I just was like, hey, I'm not going to, like, if you guys want Friday off, I'm not going to take it from you. But, like, if you guys don't need it off, like, I'd appreciate it just so I could see, you know, my fiance. And they're like, yeah, whatever. My coworkers didn't give a shit.
Okay.
Like, at all. They actually wanted Mondays off because you don't get Saturday off. So I'd get Friday off, and then I'd get Sunday off, meaning I don't get any 2 days
Okay.
for the rest of the time.
Well, that makes sense.
So they wanted Monday off, so they get Sunday, Monday. And HR, though, however, was not happy with me getting Fridays off.
That's a weird one.
And they contacted me. I had talked to them. And it's a fun time. They're like, hey, like, what, like, why do you need Fridays off? Because we kind of think you would fit better on, like, a Thursday or a Wednesday for, like, what we want from you. And I was like, oh, you know, I just want to, you know, spend time with Rebecca. And they're like, do you need to, though? They're like,
do you need to spend time with your significant other?
and this is what I'm saying. Gavin's gonna get really upset fast.
I'm letting you finish the story before I say anything.
So, do you know what you want with your future, and do you know what true sacrifice is?
Is that what they asked you?
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I guess not. Do you want to tell me? And they send me this video. It's a company video. It's 6 minutes long, where the CEO tells me about what sacrifice is. And it is, you shouldn't look at sacrifice.
Unless he's fucking Guts from Berserk, and I want to hear shit about sacrifice.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
look
no.
at sacrifice as something that you're giving up, but instead as something that you are putting out of the way for you to achieve the goals for you and your company. And that instead of wishing you were with other people in your life, like that, you know, it'll crash.
Good way to discard a vehicle you don't need.
Yeah. Instead of wishing that you were doing something else or having fun or doing one of your hobbies or spending time with your wife or your family, you should be looking forward to the things you'll do in the business you're in. The fuck was the point of me being here?
The portal.
No way. Yep. And it's just like it's 6 minutes of them just telling me I shouldn't be sad that I have to work and that I'm having to work so much and how I'm going to achieve my goals. And essentially, it was like, we know it's hard that you're going to be away from your significant other, but you know what's a lot harder? Not having a job. So that was the spiel I got from HR.
I mean, it didn't sound like that you were complaining initially.
And like, was I? I mean, I'm pretty reasonable. You guys know me. I'll work myself to death.
Yeah,
Like,
that's one thing. That is probably the craziest thing. If my boss had tried to do that to me,
you would have just walked out.
yeah, I wouldn't have
You
been
would-
there the next day.
Yeah.
I don't deal with anything.
But essentially, this all comes down to a story my coworker told me, where how the dude who made the fucking video is a manager, and some dude's wife died, and the guy was like, "Hey, like, I need time off to grieve and be with my kids," and the dude was like, "I get that. I hear you completely. We can probably allocate some of your hours, but we really can't have you missing work. What we probably think is best for you and your family is if you continue to work, because you know what's a lot harder in this moment is if you didn't have a wife and a home."
Damn, that's hardcore.
That is. I just shot him.
I
mean,
and all I can think about is
I'd-
that like they're so lucky it's me and not anybody else on this earth.
Dude, I would. Cause like my boss. Okay, so my boss is like he's retired now. I have some feelings about him. Overall, he's fine. He has some like wild views that he just has because he's fucking rich. So that's just what happens. Rich people get crazy viewpoints on how
Gotta go
life
over there and hop
is.
up on a thing.
He told me,
I need to
okay, so
skateboard.
like, I know I ended up
No.
living with Ian, and that's fine, but he told me that while working for him full time, he was like, you should probably just like get a roommate. Like, I see roommates all the time on Facebook Marketplace, and I had to look at him and bite my tongue because the only thing I could think of is like, do you think it's like really appropriate that I can work for your multi-million-dollar tech company as your #1 support person and also not be able to afford to rent an apartment by myself? That's fucking insane that you would say that to me. He also said that people who don't think gas prices are too high should buy a Tesla. I almost
I
killed
would
him
have
with my
punched
hands
him.
there.
I would have swung.
Dude, he was sitting right next to me. All I would have had to do was like pivot,
Because like
and there's nothing anybody could have
there's
done.
there's a difference between a boss being like, you know, it sucks that all this is happening to you, but you still got to work, from him then going, you know, what sucks that you're poor.
Dude, it was probably the craziest thing. And the only reason I didn't do it was like, all right, because he was already set to retire. I'm like, I only got to deal with him like 2 more months. And then I don't
People
have
are
to
just
worry about
rich, man. People are just
it.
rich.
It's like, I mean, I don't get it.
people
I don't
are-
understand how you could have
Once-
so little sympathy.
But once you become rich, dude, you don't have like they don't have the same
Problems.
almost like they're in a completely different mindset. Have you seen that interview where the person's like, "How much do you think somebody at like McDonald's makes?" And they're like, "At least 100,000 a year."
Dude,
And
who was
it's
Yeah,
that
I've
chick
seen
who
those.
thought it was like the minimum, like
the minimum wage was $100,000 a year.
Or that,
Yeah,
there
it's
was,
like what?
My significant
Nine-
other has to make at least like 650,000.
Yeah,
like, what do you
like-
think the top 20% is for a 37-year-old? And they're like 250, and then it's like because they told him that like the normal is like
Yeah, it's like
42.
what? It's like 50,000.
It was like 80,000 is like the top 20% of 37-year-olds.
Man.
Like that's like the best you're getting.
Yeah, like I will be content in my life, like the rest of my life, if I made like 100,000 a year.
Yeah,
I would be
until
content with,
$100,000
like,
no matter
60.
matters.
Yeah, honestly.
60,000 a year, I'd be content.
I'm determined to like make it comfortable enough because my dad's not gonna
Damn,
last
dude,
long
you're
enough.
hitting everybody.
I already know that my dad's not gonna last long enough. So I'm like I gotta make a lot of money because I'm gonna be paying for my mom and the rest of my siblings living in the house at some point. So that's why it's very important to me that I make a bit of money while I study a lot.
Yeah.
Because eventually that's gonna be my problem because my sister's not gonna be able to do it. Her boyfriend delivers pizza in a Miata.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on.
My
Gavin.
brother-
It's not that bad.
My brother will be lucky if he. No, it is that bad. He delivers pizza in one of those
I'm trying to get
little
that bike that they can
fucking
steal it.
car. little
He's
red
just letting all
cars.
his friends die.
That's all right.
There he goes.
I mean, if he pays, as long as he's paying the bills for her, I guess. But like, he ain't gonna be able to do anything for my ma. But anyway, that's my plan. I want to get rich so my ma don't have to worry when my dad finally bites it.
That dude didn't
I feel the
disappear
same
after
way,
I
bro.
shot him.
I'm like, ain't no way my pop's living that long.
Okay,
man.
at this point, this is like you're not like a hero anymore, Cody. I don't know
We
what to tell
never
you.
was.
I know, but like this is like you can't pretend. This is for the greater good. This is.
Yeah, and this is why video
I don't
games.
know.
This is what video games are doing to our youth.
I don't know what the story
In
is of this
2004.
game of Jack 2, but like this is definitely.
Oh, come the fuck on.
Green security. Oh, acquired.
As soon as I
it's a
hop on
race.
this bike. Oh, man.
All right, so what the hell?
Yeah, my boss pissed me off.
Yeah, I'd have left. I
But to be fair, that's not my direct boss that did that.
oh,
So
I don't give a shit.
My direct boss wasn't even there that day.
That's somebody you have to deal with. Thankfully,
They weren't. They're in Utah or some shit.
the
so.
highest level I'd have to deal with in my job would be the president.
Of
which is-
the U.S.
Yeah, of the United States.
Dark
dude.
Brandon?
I was about
Yeah.
to say Dark Brandon
Dude,
himself.
I've had personal meetings with Dark Brandon.
Just Dark Brandon, not Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden.
He came in with the shades.
Joe Biden's the fake persona. Dark Brandon's the
no,
real
he's
one.
just a host. Dark Brandon was fronting right
He
there.
was-
He's a prosecutor.
They just knew he couldn't really get the presidency in this environment. So they had Joe Biden do it, the tired old grandpa figure that Congress felt like they could manipulate.
And then Dark Brandon came out.
Yeah.
Dark Brandon really showed him.
Darth Brandon came
Dark
out.
Brandon.
Darth Sidious Brandon.
Just starts lightning hitting people.
That's why he,
Blast.
that's why he looks
Oh
so
my god!
old.
It's real.
Oh man. Anyway, is the president, but like
Did you say that's why he looks so old? Like he isn't just fucking
because he is
decrepit
old. I was like I couldn't really add
he
to
had,
it. Like, eh.
He had Sith lightning reversed back at him
Yeah, man, that's
by
exactly
a
what
man with a
happened.
purple lightsaber.